Everyone wants to beat the S&P 500, the most famous ETF out there. That is the one and only, maybe the most important and most successful investment vehicle out there. But I believe that there is even something better, and this is what we dive into this video. So let's prepare for the ETF 2.0. Do you know which time it is? It's again smash the like button o'clock. So thank you very much for that. Let's dive into ARK Invest. ARK Invest is maybe not that known. Maybe you don't know ARK Invest, but maybe you heard about the CEO and founder, Katie Wood. She came a couple of times to the financial media and showed us that the real bull case for Tesla could be up to $15,000, which obviously brought headlines. However, now where everything slowly falls out for Tesla, Katie is a more and more respected person on Wall Street. Before, people thought, she might be crazy. Now, once Tesla stock went from $178 to now $1,100, everyone believes that it's possible, whatever she is claiming. Now, she founded this ARK Invest that is really into this kind of innovations. Electric cars, space, biogen, so many other and innovational self-driving and robotics like technologies that she is really into. And not only that, she has a team of her own, ARK Invest, behind her that is looking into data. They make models, what they think Tesla and other companies could do in their specific field, and then choose, the companies of tomorrow. And they are actually very successful. We will go into the comparison between the ARK Invest fund and the S&P 500. Now, the S&P 500 is something that most of you will know. It's a basket of stocks of the 500 best companies in the US. And US is one of the strongest economies out there. Therefore, it's always a bet on the US economy if you invest into the S&P 500. And over the years, it was so consistent, approximately returning you on average 10%. Last year, it was even 30%. In crisis timings, it's maybe much less, but on average, over many decades, it's so important. Even Warren Buffett says if he's not among us anymore, he wants that his wealth, what is not, contributed to philanthropic causes, put into the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, which is the low cost ETF. And the beauty about ETFs or funds is that you just put your money into it, you pay some charges, and then you are enjoying that you don't have to do anything. So there is systems behind it, or a team like ARK Invest. They are researching, checking their thesis, post-checking their thesis, removing stocks, buying more, increasing, decreasing positions. So it's really interesting that this is really a very, and I said this in my one vlog for the stocks to buy in July, a very nice vehicle to really enjoy steady and automatic gains on the stock market. So the difference though is that the S&P 500 has different kind of industries and just has the best companies in the US, while ARK Invest really do the work behind it and looks for the next Teslas in different industries like robotics or self-driving or space, and therefore they were quite successful with it. Let's compare. So this is it. This is the comparison that this is the comparison that I will go into in today's vlog, which is in blue, the ARK Innovation ETF with the ticker symbol ARKK, and as the orange line here we have the S&P 500. And as you can see, there's already a huge difference. But let's have a look first into ARK Invest. If you're going on their website, arkinvest.com, you can get all the information that you need. As you see here, the very first sentence said it already all. We invest solely in disruptive innovation. And then, they go into which areas they are looking into: next generation internet, genomic, autonomous tech and robotics, fintech, space exploration, mobility as a service, 3D printing, and so on and so forth. So this is then explained, and this is Katie Wood, by the way. Maybe you have seen her already in some kind of financial videos. So if you then go into the main fund, which is the ARK Invest Innovation ETF or ARK Innovation ETF, there is the ticker symbol, and then you have all the other informations that you are needing, and which you can go further. And then you can go here to fund holdings, and if you click there, then you have the whole constellation of companies that they are investing in this fund. And just let's give you some interesting, let's say, company names that you might know already. Like Tesla is #1 holding, Square is one of the biggest, Roku, Illumina, Zillow you might know if you're living in the US. Then we having companies like, I saw Spotify here as well. So as you can see, Autodesk is also maybe quite interesting. So as you can see, this is the overall constellation of 37 stocks. In my personal opinion, a little bit too much, right? But for an ETF, if you compare it to the S&P 500, which has 506 stocks, then it's much less. However, this is an ETF. That's the idea of an ETF, to be diversified. And then you are going into the comparison, and then you can see already here 2017, since 2017, the ARK Invest absolutely outperformed the innovation, the S&P 500, much bigger. Okay, so as you can see, for example, here we had a pretty deep dive in, deeper than the S&P 500, we had a huge recovery, bigger ever and highest ever point as of now compared to February, because innovators are thriving through crises. They have the better business model, they have the more digitalized product out there, and therefore innovators thrive. This is the beauty about that. And if you go further down, the ETF of ARK was somewhere created 2014, so we don't have too much data. They lacked a bit the first 2 years, but then it's absolutely exploded. Also, in my personal opinion, a very, very much reason for the cheap money that is out there, because growth stocks, which most of the innovation stocks are definitely a big winner of cheap money on the market. So as you can see, very, very big difference between those two, and therefore let's jump into the conclusion. So as you can see in the conclusion, I really like the ARK Invest fund. I really like this ETF. Check it out, maybe it's something for you. I really, in generally, especially for persons that are not, don't want to put so much time into stocks, don't have the knowledge, maybe want to, just put something every month and don't care about it, then an ETF is great for you. And then I believe, considered, the performance, the mentality behind all of this, you are better with ARK Invest if you believe in innovators out there, and that innovators will keep on changing the world, because it happens so many times. How many big corporations just crashed over the last years? And I'm counting, Kodak, IBM, Blockbuster. All of these companies were replaced by innovators. And why not invest into an ETF that is specialized on that? I think it's a great idea. Maybe it's something for you. On the other side, obviously, I need to also consider the risk. The risk obviously is that, ARK Invest is not so good in their stock selection, and, most of them will not succeed, which can happen very often in the innovator space. So this is the bad side about that. However, I don't want to leave this at a negative note, because this channel is all about being positive, opportunistic thinking, and therefore I believe that this is really something interesting. ARK Invest is really, I would recommend this to my grandma even, so don't get this wrong. But you also have to consider that the S&P 500 had just such an long successful track record, where ARK Invest need to basically prove themselves over the long term. However, it looks very promising for now, and it can even be astronomical in the next couple of years. So I hope you liked it. If you want to have even more, check out the join button below all my videos. There is the best community out there with the access to the Discord chat, one-on-one with me, everything in this Wolf of Dubai membership. And I see you on the other side.